When we got to Miriam's house, she fixed us a sweet potato casserole. Oh my God, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. My tears started drying up. That casserole was good. Do you hear me? It was good. And her husband was actually really nice to me. You know, her kids, they didn't say too much to me, but they wasn't mean to me. They was talking to my children. And her husband said, you know, I'm really sorry that happened to you. That's really messed up. And I was like, yeah, like, I don't even know how to begin again. Like, I just can't believe that my life just been taken from me just like that, you know? And Miriam said, you know what? Let's go see the landlord, because this is not right. I went to go see him. And you know what he said to me? He said, I'm not going to help you get rich in my house. You're not going to help me get rich? What the freak? But basically what he was saying, that even though I rented the business and I built it up, it belongs to him. So he can do whatever he wanted to do with it. And he was right. Lesson learned. That was one of my biggest lessons. He was a snake. He was a sheep in wolf clothing. You hear me? Came into my store, convinced me to give up my business, built up my business, and then took it from me and sold it for more than what it was worth. So when this happened, I stayed with Miriam for about 3 months. My children went to the school in her area. And it was a blessing because my children got to go to a really nice school because of her. Oh, look at this cute little boy riding past him. The little buggy is so cute. That is too cute. So, my kids were lucky. They get to go to a really nice school. So one night, Miriam's husband didn't come home. So she asked me to go with her. She knew where he was at. I said, you know where he at? Where he at? She said, he's at another woman's house. I said, okay, where we going? She said, we going to her house. I said, what we going to do when we get there? She said, I just want to catch him. When he come out the door, I just want to be able to say, I see you. I know where you've been at. I know you're cheating. I understood where she was coming from. I went with my girl to this woman's house. Let me tell you what we did. We dressed in black. Had on black scarves, black clothes, everything. We had on shades at night. And we was sitting and we was waiting for his tail to come out this woman's house. And we waited all night long. He never came out. So, we gets back home. I said, well, Miriam, maybe you should just talk to him and tell him that you feel like he's cheating. So y'all can try to work on things. Because me and you at night waiting on him, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to work. I'm not equipped for this. Staying up all night trying to scope somebody out. So, I was lucky. Miriam was right. I found me a new building. But I didn't find me a place to stay yet, but I found me a building. And I was lucky because the guy was like, he had a hard time renting out this building. And that it had been empty for years. But he would let me move in it. And he would give me the first 6 months with what I can afford to pay. So we agreed on a payment for 6 months. And then after that, he said we would negotiate. But he told me the negotiating price, which was still in a good range, which was a lot cheaper than where I was staying at. So if I can get my clientele built back up, I was excited about this location, and it had a warehouse. So I was able to have my florists, and I started a wholesale business selling to other florists for their business. And immediately as I started to open up, yeah, you know, once I started opening up, I could see why what happened to me, because even though I lost one business, I was blessed with another business with an even bigger idea. So it's just like amazing. So one day I had got a wedding, I got funerals, and I was just making really, really good money. And I told Miriam that I saved up $6,000 and that I'm going to be moving out. And at first she seemed happy for me. She seemed really excited. So I told her that I'll be moving out within, you know, really happy. And while I was at the store one day, Miriam called me and she said, Spirit, come help me, come help me. I said, what's wrong? What's going on? She said, my family, they trying to jump me. They trying to what? Now, I closed my store and it was almost time for me to go get my kids. So I knew I wouldn't be able to be there long, but I was hoping that when I got there, it was just an argument. When I got there, let me tell you something. Miriam was in the corner of the house. Both her daughters, one had a knife, one had a bat. They had friends that had sticks, and her husband was in the middle of all of this. And they was talking about they were going to beat her up. I was saying, oh my God, like this was the perfect type like family. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Man, I stepped in front of Miriam and her youngest daughter was like, get out the way, get out the way. I said, let me tell you something. You might have a bat in your hand, but you better swing it, and you better swing it hard. And it better not come out your hand, because I'm going to take that same bat and I'm going to beat your little ass with it. That's exactly what I told her. And then her husband was like, he just started calling me all kind of names, and he was like, you just jealous of my daughters. You jealous because you ugly. My daughter's beautiful. Ah, shut up. That's how I was to him, you know. And yeah, it's true. They family were beautiful. They were beautiful people. They were very light-skinned, very nice hair. The husband was handsome. The daughters were beautiful. Miriam was beautiful. Okay, you know. And this is all he had to say to me, was tell me I was ugly and I was just jealous of him and his family, you know. And they standing there to beat up Miriam, okay? I said, let me tell you something. I said, before I let y'all go in on Miriam, I'm about to get cray-cray on y'all. I'm telling y'all. I called the police while I was standing there, told the police to come. That this people was about to cut up and beat up my friend. Okay? When the police got out there, he broke it all up, and they all, you know, started talking to the police. I didn't hear everything that was going on, because I told Mary, I said, okay, the police is here, you okay now? I'm gone. I got to go get my kids from school. So I went to go pick up my kids from school. I don't know what happened after that, okay? Nothing. But I knew that I was going to find out, because that night I had to come home. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't finish at the store till about 9 o'clock at night. When I got home, yep, Miriam was alone in her house. She told me that her husband went to go stay with his girlfriend, and he took the two girls with her, and she was in the house by herself. I said, dang, man, I felt so bad for her. You know, she looked so sad and pitiful. I was just like, dang, I hate the fact that this just happened to my friend. So I felt bad because I was about to move out. And she said, well, how much were you spending? And I told him. And she said, well, how much did you save up? And I told her I saved up $6,000. And she said, well, the house is in foreclosure. And that's what we were fighting over. And she said, maybe you can stay here with me, you and the kids, and give me the money so I can save my house. Y'all know my dumb child did it. Dumb, I did it. I gave her the money to put on her house for foreclosure. And she paid the foreclosure on her house. Now, this is about a couple of weeks before Thanksgiving. Now, her family had been gone for a couple of weeks. One morning, me and my children got up to get dressed to go prep the store for Thanksgiving flower arrangements. She tells me, well, you need to pack everything that you can get and take everything with you. I'm looking like, what are you talking about? She said, well, you got to pack everything because my family coming back home. I was like, okay, your family coming back home. You can't stay here no more, because one of the agreements I agreed is that they can come back, but you can't stay here. I said, what the, wait a minute, hold up. I don't have no money. I don't have nowhere to go. What am I supposed to do? She said, well, I don't know. It's my family, and my family come first. Man. I was in complete shock. I was so mad with Miriam. She was like, but don't worry. I'll pay for a hotel. And everything will be okay. I told her, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I'm done with you and I'm done with this situation. So what I did was, in my warehouse, I had an office that went up some stairs. And I went and bought a blow-up bed, and me and my kids stayed there, which was dangerous because we lived in the city. In a retail store, anything could have happened, but I ain't had nowhere to go. So we stayed inside the store. And that was our little secret. Nobody would know about it. Nobody would never, ever find out about it. I told my kids, don't mention it, don't tell nobody while they're in school. So, Miriam came up to the store. I told her, we're no longer friends until you give me my money back. I want every single dime of my money back. Until you give my money back, stay out my face, stay out my store, and don't say nothing to me. So, the next morning I went to go take my kids to school. And the school told me my kids can no longer go there because Mary and her husband went up to the school and told the school, and my kids do not live with her in her house, and they don't belong to go to that school in that area since they don't live in a house. Knowing that I had nowhere to go and no school to put my kids in, my kids was kicked out of the school. I went to go see Miriam, and she said, I wouldn't have done it if you would at least still been my friend. I swallowed that pill. Another freaking lesson. You hear me? Take heed. I'm telling you, people will smile in your face and stab you in your spine. Do you hear me? So, I'm in the store working. And one of my customers is a police. He come inside the store. And he tell me I got a warrant out for my arrest. And I'm thinking like, what? He said, yeah. He said, but what you can do is, I don't want to embarrass you. Just turn yourself in. And I won't arrest you in front of everybody. I told myself, okay, I'm going to do it right now. So when he left out, I went and got my children. I put them in the back of the van. And I told them that somebody put a warrant out for my arrest. I don't know what's going on. But I don't need them to get scared. To stay inside the van. Do not come out the van. Do not lift your head. Just stay laying down until mommy come back. I didn't know what was going to happen. When I got there, they fingerprint me and everything. They put me in a waiting cell to wait to talk to the magistrate. Now, I ain't never been in trouble in my life, so you know I was freaking out. Once I got to talk to the magistrate, because they said that I could be released on my own recognizance and go to court, I found out that, guess who pressed charges on me? My friend, Miriam. And guess what the charges were? For threatening to beat up her daughter. Her daughter was in high school, and I was an adult. So that means that I was going to jail. You know what? At that moment, I wish I was being locked up for beating her tail. You know what I'm saying? I was so mad. I was so mad. So when I talked to the magistrate, thank God, the magistrate was a woman who had children and was a single mother. Something in my heart told me, when she asked me, what's your story? I was like, I'm going to tell it all. I told on Miriam. I told her how she manipulated me into moving into her house, took my money, made me homeless out of nowhere, used me, and then called me and tell me her family get ready to beat her up, and I had to call the police on them to keep them from killing her. Now I'm sitting up here being locked up, talking about I threatened her daughter. Are you freaking kidding me? So the judge, the next day, oh my God, they were all standing there to testify against me. But before that, the magistrate let me go on my own recognizance and told me that it was important that I showed up for court. When I got out there, my children were so happy to see me. They were scared to death. They were so scared, they were crying. I was so happy to see them too, man. I was so freaking happy to see my kids. I ain't never been in trouble with, to the point where I would be taken away from my kids, you know, by choosing to help a friend. And then I goes to court the next day. Mary and her family standing up, lining up to testify. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. And when I started to tell the judge my story, I said, now, Miriam is over there on the side with her family. But the reason why we're here today is because I called the police. They had bats and knives. They was going to beat her up and cut her tail up. And once she took my money and moved her family back in, and I no longer want nothing to do with her, she pressed charges on me. And she did it out of malicious intent. And you know what the judge did? He dropped the charges on me, but he brought charges on Mary and her husband for fraud. For with malicious intentions on getting someone in trouble with false allegations. Let me tell you something. I looked at Miriam and I just shook my head. She had the nerve to write me a 6-page letter apologizing to me for what she done. I threw it in the garbage, okay? Because I had children. You pressed charges on me. You could have had me taken away from my babies. Are you freaking crazy? Then she had the nerve to show up to my store and tell me she'll pay me my money back if we can be friends. You know what? I should have said, yeah, we could be friends. I should have smiled in her face and played it off until I got my money back. But you know what? I couldn't do it at that time. I just couldn't do it. I was just so freaking mad. Man, I told her if she didn't get up out my store, I really was going to go to jail because I'm about to kick her tail. Get out. Yeah, and I ain't never see her tail no more. Not ever. I was done with her. Done with her. Ugh. But anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the Snac and the story time. And make sure you thumbs up for more videos like this. Mm.